very special guest, Miss Lola Laurren. Ooh, 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 ooh. Here to share with us what she feels about the importance of self-care and just sharing amazing things about her and how she applies self-care in her life. And I'm just so excited to hear from her. So how's everyone feeling? Leave it in the comments below. I need y'all to like, share, and comment, baby. Let us know. Let us know how you're feeling. Also, let the world know that you're really digging affirmacy. Okay, affirmacy is changing your life for the better, ain't it? Ain't it? Let's say that. Now, I'm new to this, but I'm so true to this. Let's get it poppin'. Yeah, yeah. We cheering for you. We clap on giving it up for ourselves. We're giving ourselves some extra love and care. Clap it up for yourself today. You woke up. You got shit done. Maybe not everything, but you got mostly everything. And if you got everything done, shout out to you. Yeah, and just for being yourself and being true to you and loving up on you. That's great. It's great to give a cheer. Um, so yes, very soon she'll be joining us. And I need more topics, y'all. Like, talk to me. What else we need to talk about here? What y'all struggling with in your life, or just some advice, and any questions you want to ask, or topics that y'all would like for me to cover would be awesome. Just so you know, Miss Lola, she's an amazing singer who sings with her heart and soul. Very beautiful young lady and so strong. Um, oh man, it's just an honor to have her um, blessing us with her presence today. We're going to take a moment to just do a little meditation, a quick meditation until she comes in and joins us. And if you're ready for that, I need you to take a great big deep breath in from the nose and exhale through your mouth. And we're going to meditate for a few Okay, and we're back. Nice little break. Right. All right, we're getting ready for Miss Lola. I'm super excited. Riverside. Shout out to Riverside. I really appreciate you guys letting me start my podcast on your platform. Let me say that it's awesome. It's phenomenal so far. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Don't sue me, McDonald's. Yeah. Today has just been a very interesting day, and I'm just rolling with the punches. And I literally just asked God to show me some things and help me keep an open mind and help me to stay aligned on with the vibration that I want to create, and um, with just strength, my strength, and keeping me focused, and just let me see what I like. Let me see clearly about the things that I need to know, like what can push me forward and what is holding me back. And then just it's just so crazy how everything just starts realigning so quickly after that sweet little talk with God. I'm so thankful. Where do I go now? Where do I belong? It's time for me to take this road on my own. Say you're ahead of your dreams. Your goals. I think I just saw someone. In time you will see. I think it's this What's up, baby girl? I know your situation, and on time. I know you. I'm inviting, I guess. Welcome, Miss Lola Laurren, the beautiful, the magnificent, the sexy, the gorgeous, inside and out, soul warrior, Lola.
Hey, beautiful. I am so excited and grateful to be here with you.
Oh my gosh, thank you for being here and blessing us with your presence and just taking the time to spend some time with me and everyone who's going to tune in.
Can I just ask, is the light flashing okay? Because I'm not sure why it's flashing on the screen, because my light isn't actually flashing, so I don't know what's happening there.
Oh my gosh, what is happening in the ethers? Oh my. I'm not sure why it's flashing, but it looks kind of cool to me.
Okay, as long as it's all good, we're good.
Yeah. Feel free to not censor yourself.
Okay. You know what? I actually did a little. I set as an intention before I come on, and one of the main things was to be absolutely and unapologetically raw, because that's what we're here for. You know what I mean? So.
Yes, I need some clapping for that. Yeah. I'm also new to this podcast, Riverside FM. So, bear with me, but, we're going to get this together.
Okay.
So, okay, so I would love for you to tell. I mean, I've been, doing some bragging about you, but I would love for you to tell us a little more about yourself and what is self-care to you and why it's so important. Where do I go now? Where do I belong? It's time for me to take this road on my own.
Okay, so I am Lola Laurren. I'm from a city called Wolverhampton in England. I am a singer-songwriter, a rapper, and I do a little poetry here and there, but that's just more for therapeutic needs, really. As is the music, of course, but I'm also a very old soul on their ascension journey. In this space and time, one of the most pivotal times in human history. It's just nuts, isn't it, down here?
Fucking nuts. It's crazy. And I just like to even think, I'm not to cut you off or anything, but just to know that we're in this time in history. Like, I just remember being younger and people talking about these times, kind of, and just crazy to think, oh, wait, I am part of this history. Like, we are about to make a
Absolutely.
massive change. We're making a massive change, a massive cleansing right now is happening.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah,
There, no, absolutely, absolutely, and that rolls on into what I self-care is and what self is for me. And I think when we talk about self-care, it's often a blanket statement, but it can mean so many things, and it involves so many different aspects of us as souls and multidimensional beings. So for me, self-care is what part of me needs this at that time. For example, like some days, self care is right, I need to get my ass out the bed. I feel heavy, but I'm going to tell myself and the world that I'm grateful anyway. And I'm going to drag myself and I am going to force myself to do things that I know are going to benefit me. Other times, self care is I'm gonna roll a bubble bath. I'm gonna eat the food I want. I'm gonna get all snuggly. I'm gonna love on myself. I'm just gonna call myself pretty for an hour, because why not? I'm gonna like dance like an absolute maniac around my house and like just be free. So for me, self-care is you've got to, I believe, get closer to yourself to understand what you need in the first place. So self-care can literally just be giving yourself that attention and that space to really just be, because I think we can all get caught up in the motions of life, and we live in a society that moves at an unnaturally fast pace. So we can really not even realize that something, we cannot realize that we're not realize that we burn out. And so if anyone is struggling with, well, where do I even start with self-care, it can literally start with sitting down with yourself and asking yourself literally what is going to be for me, what do I need at this point. And I think that was a starting point for me with self-care. It was, okay, I'm not going to live for anyone else. Like, I'm just, what do I need? Have I even asked myself, what do I need? What do I want right now? And yeah, so it's a broad umbrella thing. I think self-care that involves just so many things, man. And it is it's individual as well, I think. And I think that's something that we should really try and honour and express more, that self-care is individual, because somebody else's version of self-care might be my idea of absolute hell.
yeah,
So yeah, it, it's there's so many things, man, with self-care.
yeah,
But the main thing is just asking yourself, bugger everyone else.
yeah,
It's getting to know yourself, and the more you know yourself, the more you know what you need. And have taking time to just as well, like, zoom out. I think as well, self-care, like, that comes into it massively for me. Like, sometimes you just need to just be out of other people's energy, just on your own. So yeah, man. Yeah.
yeah. I definitely have to agree. Thank you for sharing that. Gotta give you some clap. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. To add with that, and that I love all those definitions because that's definitely true. It's very a subjective thing because Yeah, self-care. It's all of those things for me as well, especially talking to myself. And zoning, I will freaking Be like, call people, like, let the phone ring. I'm not even trying to be mean or anything, but it just is what it is. I gotta recharge. I gotta figure out what's my thoughts and what's my emotions, because sometimes we can feel other people's emotions, absorbing their energies, and we have to separate in order to know what is coming from me. So,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I would love to ask, can you share a personal story about how self care has helped you in your own life?
We're ready. We're in Pisces season, right? We're ready to delve into the emotions and stuff. Are we ready? So, um, where can I start? Where can I start? So, okay, let's start from somewhere. So, um,
It is
mm,
so much. I know it could be many things, many personal stories what that self care has got pulled you through. So just it don't have to be all of them. It can be, but whatever comes to you first.
so yeah, there's so many. There's so many. There's just, do you know when you asked me that question, there was just like a whole vision of like, well, you could start here, or here. And I'm like, you know, it's like, okay. But so for me, the home I'm in now, I've lived in for 4 years this year. Before that, I was in a, I know.
That's an accomplishment. Yes,
um, and before this, I was.
ma'am. Don't forget it's an accomplishment.
Before I lived here, I was in a hostel or a homeless shelter for our US listeners. And please, at any point, if any terminology I use you don't understand, obviously just let me know, because the slang is different in the UK to the US. So just just to put that out there. So yeah, I was in a hostel, a homeless shelter. And I'd actually been in there before. I've been homeless on the streets as well. Like, I didn't have a place. I was fortunate enough to have friends that would put me up and that did a lot for me. Like, so I would stop on their sofa and things like that. And so with that and the circumstances that got me to homelessness, there were a lot of false beliefs that I had regarding the world, regarding how I sort of my place here. I've been through a lot, like my belief systems have changed so much over time. The more I figure myself out, the more I understand, the more I realise I don't really know nothing, but I trust my guidance, I trust the Most High, and that's all that matters. But I mean, when I got this place, when I moved in here from being homeless, I realised that so much of my mental and emotional energy had just been spent on survival. Like, I lived in survival mode consistently for years, and I actually didn't know what self-care was. I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know what I wanted. Um, but getting this place really changed everything for me, because it was the first stable home I'd had in years, absolutely years, from a young age. And it was a massive, significant turning point for me. It was just it was a big change, but then I finally felt like I had a sense of security just in these four walls. And then I realised the more settled I became, the more I started to see more within myself, so I could see my wounding clearer. I could see, and it doesn't always appear as nice, like, you know, when we, like, how healing is often presented, although it is beautiful and it is transformational and it is divine, it's messy, it hurts, it's rough, it is not for the faint-hearted. It's just not. And I guess that's why not every single human being is on their ascension journey or consciously aware that they are or wanting to. So I started, once I had this sense of security, I felt like I could relax more and I could sort of start to unwind. And then with that, as I was saying, like, things within my own being would show themselves to me. And for me, it was like, I realised it all rooted in pain, different types of pain, suffering, but any anger, any toxicity, any judgment, it all rooted in pain. So then I was like, right, I don't have to worry about where I'm going to sleep anymore. I don't have to worry about, like, where am I going to be tomorrow and stuff. So I started to go, okay, well, now I've got this space, now I've got this kind of foundation. I said when I got this, I'm going to go hard on my healing. So now I've got it. And then I got here and I was like, right, I want to go hard on my healing. I need to dive even deeper. Like, that's what I'm here to do. But I didn't have a clue. So I would literally, like, I would look at people such as yourself that inspire me. I would type stuff in YouTube and Google as well and be like, okay, like, what is self-care? How do you start self-care? Things like that. I was literally, and in it, do you know what? It was a profound moment for me when I realised that I didn't even know how to do that. The fact that we don't know how to love on ourselves and take care of ourselves hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, wow. And then I was like, of course it can't just be me. Even though in those times we feel very isolated and very alone, we're not. And I started with little things such as, you know what, I want to eat a bit cleaner.
All right. We just took a little smallish break. I don't know how y'all liking it so far. But like she was saying, I definitely can agree. You feel like you're all alone during the self-care journey, which is like it's an everyday process. And you know, it does kind of hit you like a ton of bricks. Like, damn, I really was not loving myself as much as I thought I was loving myself. Like, that shit hit me with like real hard. It slapped the fuck out of me. It slapped me into back to childhood. Like, oh snap, this is when I broke. This is when I actually stopped loving myself because I didn't think that I was worthy of love anymore. And we do that unintentionally and sometimes without realizing that we've done it to ourselves. You know, of course, we choose to do it. Like, we shut down sometimes if we're experiencing neglect or at home, you know, or just in any type of way, you know, at a young age, you know, and just dealing, especially when you've dealt with a lot and you have to grow up really fast, for sure. But the key is to just be gentle with yourself during this self-care journey, during your ascension, every day, because that will make this process easier and a lot more fun. Um, it's still fucking messy. It still hurts. It's still a very painful thing. Healing is it's a lot, and it takes a lot of accountability and a lot of transparency, raw, authentic honesty with yourself. And we're back. Right? I'm sorry for that little break. Again, you know, you'll have days where you probably run into have this headaches out of nowhere, your ears are ringing. The more you go into hermit mode, like those are some of the physical pains that come with it. You could be lightheaded, nauseous, um, but also tons of freaking betrayal and just so many things that come up that you're like, what? I was so oblivious to, or just not realizing because I really wasn't loving myself like I thought I was. And I wasn't taking care of myself and honoring myself. I allowed all of these certain situations and people to be around me. And that's why the environment that I was in or in is not reflecting one that I would desire that really matches who I am, who I know I am deep down inside. We know we are powerful. We know we are amazing souls who got something to live for, but even with that in the back of our head, there's always like, oh, something sometimes that like deep rooted in that subconscious that's like, oh no, you don't really believe it all the way yet, So until you start focusing on yourself a bit more, that's when you'll light that fire to bring it all the way completely out of you again. Like it was completely out when you were younger and just so full of life and no fear. Excuse me. Fear, but just, not giving a fuck about that fear. Always so surprised and shocked in life. Like, oh man, what are some things that you guys are shocked and like just thankful for in this life? We truly are each other, all of us. We are splitting images of each other, just in different phases and places and stages in our lives. And it's so crazy to like really sit and observe that when you meet new people and when you're in new environments. And it's so incredible to just see how God has designed this, or the higher power, or whoever. I'm not trying to disrespect anyone's religion or way of philosophy of life, but I'm just talking about the divine, the higher power, the one who created it all. Yeah, just how it's designed and how we are shaped and life. We all shape each other and how we just all have the opportunity to grow into the most powerful beings, supernatural beings that we are. Yeah, so I think that's truly amazing. It is. And so I don't use the word humble. I don't really like the definition of that word, but it is something that keeps you grounded, I would say, to just observe. Not, and I don't mean like casting judgment or anything, placing judgment on anything or anyone, just really sitting and observing. I'm so curious. I am just get curiouser and curiouser. Shout out to Alice in Wonderland, but yeah, and I may ask a lot of questions, but that's how I get a lot of answers. And if you're still here with us, I just want to give a big round of applause for Miss Lola Laurren. And give a big round of applause for yourself. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you. And stick around for part 2.